Corner podcast. That's how it's.
Cool. Your take, man.
Alright, back again with the corner. Got myself Tash.
Brims.
Kens.
Let's introduce him, man. Come on, man. Introduce him.
Obviously, you got the boy.
Special guest
And that.
First guest actually as well.
First guest as well, yeah.
Oh.
Open it up as well. Serious. PrinceOfZumundi, Coons, K. What are you going to call him in it?
I'm out here, man.
That's
Prince of Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Love for having me. Look.
Zoo.
Zoo, yeah. Zimbabwean. I mean, because of the Zimbabwean connect.
You get me?
Yeah, the cousins.
100%.
More.
So this whole episode is kind of, it's not based on it, but we want to get a bit of an insight on influencers and that whole kind of world there itself. You had a couple questions
Yeah, well, like, obviously we were speaking last week, we was talking about the whole influencer scene, and basically I had a conversation with someone and she said to me like she was approached by like an influencer agency. So I was like, how does this whole thing work? Then obviously Rima mentioned obviously your name. He said obviously that's kind of your thing, innit? So I wanted to get a better insight from your angle, innit?
100. But what was she doing though? What's her thing?
Do you know what? If I'm honest, I didn't really go too much into detail. I just know she's got a lot of followers. So I don't know what she influences.
No, but what's your relationship with her?
She's friends, innit?
Oh. No. You see, the game is evolving so much, yeah. So from the point, I'll take you back to like 2015. That's a good base, 5 years. So 2015, the gram started making changes. Like it's changed, like it's old format. Remember, it had like all the
Okay.
So Instagram had that dark blue thing, and it was all changing up into something new. And then through that, the growth was sick on the gram, innit? You know what I'm saying? It allowed a lot of people to sort of just build their own little brands. You know, like it was comedians could come on there, musicians, models, whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was able for people to build it. Now, with what people don't understand with it is that clout is a form of currency that we live in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, you don't really see man investing too much into the billboard, but if you put it onto someone's page that's popping or whatnot, you might mean more to your audience than anything else. And with influencers now, there's different subsections. So some people that know the whole thing and they're all about this ownership thing, they'll more or less know where they want to brand themselves. They probably have their own merch, they have their own products, they feel own things to market. Another person might just have followers, do you know what I'm saying? So you've got the clout, you've got the currency, but you don't know how to actually monetize on that. So the agency will come in and say, hey, listen, I know I can get you with this brand, or I can get you with that person or that company, and through that people start to make their money and then start going through.
So obviously with the influence, is it a specific, like, so let's say for example I'm a rapper or whatever, I've got a large following, would that then be classed as an influencer? Like, how does that work? Or is it specific?
Yeah, what's the category?
Do you know what? For me,
how do you get categorized as an influencer? Because I could be someone that is.
You might be influencing someone.
I might, exactly. I might not have a lot of followers, but I might be influencing a large group of people around me. So how does it actually work? Do I have to have 50k as a minimum? How does it work?
This man with 2k and then they're classing themselves as influencers as well. With the influencer game, I don't think it's used too broad. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, it needs to be narrowed down realistically. And the reason I say that, right, there's people that are on there with a sort of sense and a purpose for what they're looking to do. So they've built a core fan base, and you know they're doing their own thing. And there's people that don't actually know anything about nothing. They're just seeing followers coming through. To class as an influencer is quite broad. Anyone could realistically pick up on the term, but it's the people more or less that will say your man's an influencer or not realistically. Do you know what I mean? Because there's people that say, yo, I'm an influencer, I've just touched 20k, I've just touched 30k, but do you know what's the reason people's following you for? Do you know what I'm saying? You're an influencer in what people follow you for. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're a comedian, then you're influencing that game. If you're a rapper, then but it doesn't necessarily transcend into that. Do you know what I'm saying? So say some rappers, might be popping on the gram, but they get dead streams. They don't get no views on the YouTube. They don't get no views on the Spotify. But on the gram, he might drop a freestyle and he's popping. Do you know what I'm saying? So it all just kind of varies. And it's like, what social media platform are you on that you claim to have that title of? Do you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of different ones, you know what I'm saying? Some come say I'm on Vimo or something, and I'm popping on there, but no one's on there. So it's kind of mad still.
Never heard of that one there still.
That's what I'm saying. It's just You know what I mean? One of them ones.
So obviously you'd class yourself as an influencer, yeah?
I don't like to use the term personally.
So what would you class yourself as?
I'm a content creator, just pure content creator. I mean, I could class in that, but I choose not to because of certain morals that people have. I mean, cool. If you all right, my thing is, you see the Instagram, for example. I have a problem with the gram because the culture that is breeding for the next generation and the culture that they're building is quite a narcissistic one in terms of the fact that it's just focused on me, and there's not so much that we're giving back to the people that's giving us these opportunities and whatnot. So a prime example, just recently the Black Lives Matter thing that just happened, right? Yeah. So remember Instagram, the head of Instagram, Adam Missouri, came out and said, we're going to do the Black Tuesday, so we'll blackout and silence for the movement, right? So a lot of people will jump on that because it's a trend, you know what I'm saying? And they know how there's psychological things behind it. So they know, oh, cool, everyone's going to jump on. But what they were doing, they were suppressing the content that was underneath it. Right. So a lot of influencers, right? So people that think, I'm doing something, but they don't really know too much and they don't have any sense of direction. They're the type of people who will be told, tell your followers we're doing on a Tuesday and whatnot. And they will have people that are beneath them that actually look at them like someone that's maybe 13, 14, 15 that actually looks up to this person and they're seeing that and they're saying, I'm going to just put up a black screen. But then after 24 hours, when they've deleted that, do you know what I'm saying? So they're not really doing it for the right. So for me, I don't really stand for the core fundamentals of what the influencer game really stands for. But I could vary in, but I say content creator more.
It's interesting you say that. We spoke about it on our first one podcast, didn't it? Because we were talking about the whole Blacked Out Tuesday, how we didn't sort of like, not that we didn't agree with it, but it could have been done in a better way. Instead of being a black page you post, why not be a page you post, like, for example, you donated £1. We looked at it, there was like 19 million posts. Yeah. Imagine if that every person donated £1. That's not a lot. It might be, do you know what I mean? But that would have made such a big difference, do you know what I'm saying? So we was talking about that. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, we kind of said it's the easy way out, isn't it? Yeah. Like, it's easy to post a black screen and put hashtag Blackout Tuesday. You guys spoke about the whole thing for the whole time it's been on, but you're posting that because you feel like, it's the easiest thing to do, and I might not have much knowledge on it.
Do you know what? Yeah. Before that campaign started, the hashtag Black Lives Matter had 11 million posts, and then within 24 hours it was on 15 million posts, and the majority of them would have just been black screens. Yeah. Now you have to think before that point, the other 11 million posts would have been content of the oppressors beating up people, the police brutality photos, things from the protests. So someone in 3 years, actually forget 3 years, someone that will come in like 2 months or 3 months, they don't actually quite understand what was going on in this time period. If they looked at Instagram as a search engine to try and look at what content was there, they're going to see a lot of black screens and not going to see a lot of the oppression. So they might just, no one's going to have the time to go over 4 million posts to get back to where that was at.
Because Instagram works a bit like Twitter in terms of you click the hashtag and show all the posts that had the hashtag.
All of it comes up.
So imagine people put Black Lives Matter posts, and then you got a hashtag Blackout Tuesday, and they might put Black Lives Matter too. You're kind of, all you say is black screens instead of what's actually going on.
Okay.
That's what you're trying to explain, innit?
Yeah, I'm a dinosaur.
Because these men don't really understand.
Sorry. It might. My bad. Okay, cool.
No, you didn't. I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I can't lie.
See, whenever say any location that you're in, say London, for example, you click on London, it will have like what they call the top posts, so ones that get the most interactions. Now, most interactions usually come from influential people or people with big accounts. Gotcha. So people with big accounts on that day were posting up black screens. So the algorithm will pick up on that and will leave that there to be what Black Lives Matter really kind of is that, do you know what I'm saying? So when people then go, maybe if you go onto the recent part, because there's two sides of it on Instagram, if you go on to the other part where it says recent, then you might start to see the oppression content. But that could do, even these sort of campaigns, they don't really have big change within the social and culture stance, but they do things for them in a sense that they feel that they're doing anything. Another thing I really wanted to touch on, since you talked about the agencies, right?
Because that was for me, that was weird. Like, I understand influence. Well, I'm starting to gauge how it all works and that, but then the agencies behind it, because she was contacted by an agency.
See, myself, I run a marketing company, right?
Okay.
So I could get influencers to work with me, but I don't want to sign them onto any sort of long-term deals. I just want to sign and work with them in partnership and kind of just help each other, empower each other, and grow together. with an agency, yeah, what they do mainly is take away creative control, right? So when I take creative control, it means like whatever you're posting, yeah, you're gonna have to, you need to tell me what you're posting. You know what I'm saying? There's actually big man in UK game, not even just influencers, even rappers, musicians. When they're signed, you now sign over the that content creation and creativity clause is a sense that you can't just express yourself in a way that we don't agree with as a brand. So imagine if someone don't agree with some of the morals that you stand for, or they've got something they stand for that you don't stand for, so and they say, yo, you got to put that up.
So basically, like, before you post something, you have to run it through by someone.
Yeah.
And they have to agree.
You got rude boy. So bring me the caption. Let me see what the caption is saying first.
So what if man's not feeling that? You're not posting that.
Yeah, you're not posting that.
So for the influencer, how would that benefit them signing up to an agency? How does that benefit them?
Okay, cool.
Because if you're an influencer, I'm assuming you'd already have quite a decent following. So
cool. Okay, cool. Right. To understand why there's this sort of gap within the market and what will why it benefits them. An influencer, yeah, people have there's this misconception within society that influencers get paid for posts or they get paid by the app or whatnot.
Yeah.
Get that out of your head. Only YouTube is paying, right? Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, I don't even think Twitter's paying, but none of these apps here, right, are paying people directly. So this is why I was speaking out and saying content creators are what make the app for people to come on there. You don't log on to the app and say, I'm going on there because it's Instagram have created some great content or whatnot. You're going there because there's content creators that are on there that are creating the content.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they put hours and hours into creating the content for people to enjoy, and sadly,
they're not getting
sadly the corporations that actually own the apps are making billions through marketing, but not be sharing any money with the people beneath them. Now, if you're someone that doesn't have anything that you can kind of market out to the world and benefit off, so your own business, say if you got a restaurant, for example, or you got your own little food thing going, you can say, yo, I got my food thing, I got my nails thing going on, makeup, I got this, so you can start making money off that. You might just have the following. And now in a period where we got the pandemic going on, people are getting redundant and whatnot. Someone that's sitting there with 60,000 followers is worse than someone that's just doing a McDonald's thing but all you just got is 60,000 followers. So what someone like myself or another agency might come and say, hey, listen, I know you got this following here, and I can bring you these opportunities because I've been speaking to these people that have their own brands that they're doing. Now the brands are not authorized by Instagram or anyone. That's just an individual brand. So say this blue, so you had your own thing and you say, yo, G, I'm trying to get a couple models to do a shoot or something. I'll be like, oh, cool, I can hook you up with those, and then we discuss the rates and whatnot. But the model themselves might not have, or the influencer themselves might not have that discussion or dialogue with anyone past just the agency. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where to find these opportunities. So that's how you find out that there's a gap within the market, because some people that have like 100,000, 200,000 followers, they're only getting £30 per post, or they're getting 20 per post. And some people that have lesser followers, they might be saying 300, 400. You know what I'm saying? So the game fluctuates, but there's no regulator in between, because the regulators refuse to acknowledge that content creators actually work for them, which are the direct market and the companies that actually own these.
So what would you suggest that should be done about that?
I feel there needs to be an open dialogue between the companies that own the apps and the content creators. So the people that they need to give some sort of responsibility and respect to the people that have made them profitable and made their apps as popular as they are. Now, there's a thing that's currently going on at the moment with Instagram, which is that they're losing the content creators game, right? Because their algorithm is quite bad. Now, there's people that are favorable by Insta's policies and whatnot, so they'll get the push or whatnot. But it's not as fair. The fairest algorithm right now is TikTok's algorithm. I jumped on TikTok this week. I had 200 followers. I'm now 1,300, and I've seen a video see 100 and...
in the space of a week.
Yeah. I've seen one see 142,000